Welcome to the Simplifier Podcast, where we turn complexity into clarity. I'm your host, Daniel. The Simplifier Podcast is brought to you in partnership with TechPon. Our mission with this podcast is to support SaaS B2B founders in finding the right brand messaging that resonates with their audience. Our guest for today is Wilma Eriksson, founder and chief revenue officer of vloxq. Welcome, Wilma. It's a pleasure to have you on the podcast.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. Please tell us, who is Wilma Eriksson? What drives you? What made you build vloxq?
Yeah, that's a good question. I sometimes wonder myself, but in general, I would say more or less brought up in SaaS, actually. Been working here for 10, 15 years. So I was inspired by really great founders that I had the pleasure to work with to one day try my own wings and see if I can fly. So sorry for this. So sorry.
No worries.
I thought I'd muted. Shall I take
problem.
everything or should I just continue?
No, you can continue, no problem.
Yeah, okay. So I decided to one day try my own wings and see if I could or could not fly. So together with a couple of other guys, actually, we founded vloxq for 3.5 years ago. So I would say who I am. I'm quite nerdy, but very untechy, not tech savvy, but I'm becoming more and more as the years go by. I'm passionate within sports. I was actually a personal trainer before. I'm a mom. Yeah,
Wow.
And a co-founder of vloxq.
Wow. How do you manage being a mom with being a founder? I assume it's super challenging.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone because my son is soon 2 years. So obvious,
Wow.
they were more or less born at the same time. It wasn't really planned, but very welcomed. So of course, it's a little bit tricky, but it's also quite easy. You know, my company is super important to me. I was or I am a workaholic, but my love for my son is bigger, thank God. So that like balances up. And then I have a great husband as well. That is typical Swedish, I would say, very modern.
Wow. That sounds really great. Can you please tell us, what is vloxq?
Yeah, I'll try at least.
Please.
So what we do is when the CRM that you use isn't enough when it comes to pricing and calculate quotes, then we're a great fit. So when a spreadsheet or an Excel is employed, and it's a bit messy, you know, you typically sell on several markets, you have probably a little bit of a high-end solution, I would say like complex B2B, then you often need a spreadsheet or you use the ERP system, but preferably, of course, you want the sales room to be a part of the CRM tool. So therefore, we add on to that. So what people do in our system is they configure, they put together the solution and the thing that they want to offer the customer. They ensure it's at the right pricing with the right add-ons, with discounting levels, and so on. And then, of course, it becomes a really, really nice quote that looks good in the eyes of the customer in a short amount of time. So what we do, we secure sales organization for doing costly wrongs due to manual errors.
Wow, that seems pretty complex, but pretty really useful for a sales team, I would say.
Yeah, I would say for those who need it, obviously not everyone, for those who need it, they actually say to us, hi guys, you are the heart and the brain of our business. And we have a lot of integrations with the ERP and CRM. So we have a super, super sticky SaaS solution. But of course, it's a little bit tricky, of course, to both find these companies who has the needs for this, to convince them, and then to, of course, onboard them and help them to set this right, because it's super business critical.
So do you serve multiple audiences, multiple segments, or do you focus on one in particular?
Well, I think my answer ought to be one, but it isn't. It's several. So I guess someone listening to this, very experienced, maybe some VC person or something would be like, they're not there yet, they're not mature yet, and maybe we aren't. So we are in multiple industries, and actually already a bit of a globalist. So we have customers in the USA, in Japan, in Germany, in Sweden, in Finland, and so on.
Nice. Can you tell us in which industries do you operate right now?
Yeah, sure. So manufacturing, of course, very interesting for us. Also, I would say a bit sloppy, like energy, like solar panels and similar. IT consultancies and scale-up SaaS is great fits, to give a few examples.
Nice. Okay. So in simple terms, basically you're offering a CPQ, a configured price quotation.
Correct.
What is a CPQ? For those who are going to listen to this, maybe we can tell them what is a CPQ.
If I were to try to explain it to my mom, my dear mom, I would say to her that, Mom, when you want to buy a new car and you go into a web page and you start to configure it. What kind of car do you need? For what color should it be? What extra add-on should it have? Should it have a service agreement to it? How do you want to pay for it? Like upfront, whatever, So that is what we do to other industries. And what we have seen we are a great fit for is mid-sized companies with a complex pricing structure. So I think more or less everyone can relate to buying a car, even though maybe you aren't a car nerd as I am. Love Formula One, for an example. So, everyone knows a car, right?
Yes. Well, that sounds really great. So thank you so much for sharing this. What I would propose for now is to shift our focus on your website, which most of the time may be the first touch point you have with your potential clients. So what I would do is to share my screen for you to see.
This is so exciting.
Your website.
I'm so nervous.
So can you see the website?
Unfortunately, yes, I can.
Okay. I can. So from what I understand, you have multiple types of customers. So I assume that you have some of your customers, they already know what is a CPQ and they just need the right tool for their needs. And you have maybe others that don't know exactly what a CPQ is, but they will need your tool to make their life easier. So
correct.
First of all, the first thing that a user sees when he's entering in your website, it's the hero section. So this is the hero section. Basically, the golden rule for a hero section is don't make them think. Everything must be super, super clear here. So everyone entering your website has more or less 5 questions. First is, what do you do? Who benefits from your offer? Why they've come to the right place? What are the key benefits that they get? And what should they do next? Basically, they need a clear call to action. And you have less than 5 seconds to answer all of these questions before the prospects move on or he decides to stay on the homepage. So let's see what we've got right now. So first thing that we see are these badges from G2, which, by the way, are great because this is the social proof. But maybe not everybody knows about G2. Maybe not everybody understand what this is. So this is a great social proof. But I would suggest moving this onto the social proof section, which we are going to take care after. Then we have secure your sales organization. So again, we don't want them to think. We want everything to be super clear. secure it for what reason, or what exactly secure your organization means. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Could be multiple responses to that one.
exactly.
For
So
sure.
you
Yeah.
want to have only one answer, and it must be super clear. So one way of saying this may be, I'm not saying it's the perfect way of saying it, but the idea is you can say something like improve your sales process with smart quotation, or you can say improve your sales process with automated quotations, or you can say, I don't know, something like generate quotes for your orders quickly and accurately. So basically, you're selling this CPQ tool and you want people to understand what exactly you are doing. Does it make sense? What do you think?
Yeah, that sentence we have tried so many of, and it's very, very hard. And what's I feel is most tricky is as soon we say something that has with quote or proposal to do, people in general seem to believe it's like an e-signing tool, something that aren't really us, because that word is so connected with e-signing. But obvious secure your sales organization. Sorry for laughing, but it's just, it's not, well, it's embarrassing, but I'm also,
No.
we're on a journey here. So I'm just, it is what it is. And we always strive to be better.
No.
So it's 100% okay. Secure your sales organization. It's like, okay, are they going on a journey? There's like so many questions here. But I think something with accuracy, I feel it's very good. And maybe here to be said, when your CRM isn't enough, create quotes accurately. I don't know, but something like that maybe.
So I would say don't be so harsh on yourself. You didn't tell us, but I think it would be great for people to know how many clients do you have right now? How many clients do you serve?
We have approximately 35 clients at the moment.
35 clients. It's no small foot. So don't be so harsh on yourself.
I think it's very few, but I'm very proud of them.
Yes. This is something that for sure it can be improved. The message on the website. So no worries about
100%.
this. So below the headline, we have what I would call the sub headline. So it's reduce the risk of errors and take control of your quoting process with vloxq CPQ. This is good. It gives you some information, but it doesn't tell me who is addressed for. So basically, you're selling your customer. Could we say that your customer are the sales teams, or maybe the sales managers? Who is the man in charge who decides, or the woman in charge who decides to buy your solution?
I would say, in general, the CFO, CEO, or COO. Sometimes, if it is a SaaS scale-up, then it could be the CRO. But someone who owns the lean process within the company, the ones to ensure the internal efficiency. I would say typically actually never the head of sales, as we can see as a reference, in the header.
And the users, the ones who use the tool are the sales teams. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So basically what we want to do is to add the sales teams in this subheadline. So we can say something like reduce the risk of errors and take control of your quoting process with vloxq CPQ. The ideal solution for sales teams seeking to seamless integration with CRM and ERP systems. The integration with CRM and ERPs is super important, but you also need to tell exactly who is going to use the tool. Does it make sense? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually have a question, if I'm allowed to have a question.
Sure, absolutely, please.
So thank you for that. So our idea here was that the testimonial case that we can see on our right-hand side, obviously people don't, only listening can't see it, but that was the idea was here to have 4 different, the typical personas that we talk to, and a quote to each of them that resonate with like the persona looking into this problem, and that was going to like being in a, do you say, carousel to like change automatically, but we didn't really manage that in our CMS, so therefore it's only one. But would that be like confusing because it's too much in the header, or was the idea a good one? But yeah, I don't know.
So,
what would you say?
Building the social proof, building the trust with social proof is super important. So by having these testimonials, it's really important to show people these testimonials, and also your idea to differentiate each persona. I would say it's a great idea, but I wouldn't put this in the header, in the headline here in the hero section. This would be a great place for you to insert a video. Actually, I saw that you have a video on YouTube that describes what you actually are doing. Maybe it's not the perfect fit for the headline, but if you have it, this would be a great place for you to either insert a video with a short demo of the platform, or a video that actually explains what vloxq does. I watched that video. It's a 1 minute 20 seconds video, if I remember. And you in that video you managed to present in very briefly and very exactly what you actually are doing, what you guys are doing. And something stick to me watching that video. You say a sales representative spends 65% of their time on non-value added tasks. Okay, so you're basically building the context and you want to offer the people this information. So to answer your question, having testimonials and having multiple personas that give you testimonials, it's brilliant, it's excellent, but I wouldn't use them here. There is a better place for you to use those testimonials. I don't know if this makes sense to you.
Yeah, it does. So when you pop in, you should directly, without any questions, understand who is this for, what are they doing, and then obviously should it be a product oriented demo you would suggest, or like demoing the interface, or would it be more into the core problem behind it if one had to choose?
You know, this depends on what you guys are trying to achieve. Tackling the problem, the deep problem, is always great. But if you want to scale the product, then would be also a good idea to make a short video with the product, how the product works. But this depends very much on the ultimate goal that you guys have. Both ways, it's good. Both ways, good. I would say it's good.
Okay.
One more thing, because we are on the hero section. I don't know how. I also checked the website on mobile, and on mobile it looks it's very optimized. But here you see there is a lot of real estate. This area here. It depends, of course. It depends on the resolution. But I would say that it doesn't matter the resolution. You still have a lot of white space here. So I'm not an expert in design. I have to tell you, I'm not an expert in design, but I would love to see the headline and the sub-headline on the same page, because right now, maybe it's my resolution, my screen resolution. I cannot see, I can see the headline, the all headline. I cannot see it, and I cannot see the sub-headline. This is something that you want your users to see. So basically, it will be something like this. The first thing they see when they enter in the website, you have to show them the headline, the sub-headline, the call to action, the video or the relevant visual here in the right. And would also be great, if not possible, it's not a problem, to have the social proof. We will handle the social proof in a minute. So the time is so limited for you. You have less than 5 seconds to build the trust with your customer. And you want, in the first screen they see, to offer them all the relevant information to make them stay. The main goal of the hero section is to get their interest and to say, okay, I want to read more. You want them to scroll. This is what the hero section should do. Does it make sense for you?
Yeah. Yes. Very interesting.
Okay. Now, if you are talking about call to actions, so we have get started, we have learn more, we have talk with us. Here we have login. Okay, maybe we cannot consider login the call to action, but we have 3 different call to actions here. So I know there are people who are saying it's good to have a main call to action and a secondary call to action. I don't argue this. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. What I suggest is but it's just my view, maybe I'm wrong. I would say to stick with only one powerful call to action, which can be an outcome-based call to action. Why? Because the attention span is so limited. If you give people 2 options here in the headline, what should I do? To get started or to learn more? So I would say that this is the place where you want to be super specific. You want to make a super clear call to action, which should be an outcome-based call to action. Okay. And you want them to take that specific action. So get started is a good call to action. Work with us also can be a good call to action. But if you want to be more specific, you can use something like quote faster today, or simplify quoting now, or quote smarter now, quote smarter today, something like this. You can think of a series of outcome-based call to actions that can encourage the reader to take a specific action, not get started. Okay, get started is good as a call to action, but it's somehow general. When you say quote faster today, in the reader's mind, it is okay, if I press this button, I will start quoting faster today.
Love it.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so now let's move on. Here we have works with. So basically, ideally would be that after the hero section, it would be a great place for you to insert the social proof. When I see works with Upsales, Lime, HubSpot, this makes me think about integrations, which are good. It's a very relevant information, but I would say that this in this place it's much better for you, and you already have this. You can use the company logos. You can use maybe testimonials where they are. I think they are here. No,
I thought so too, but obviously it's further down.
okay.
I get flashback when we put this together.
Okay, no, you have it. Okay, so there they are.
Yeah.
So I would move this,
right.
all these logos, because you have big companies. Okay, you want people to know that you're working with Haku, with Mabi, with Simpa. Okay, these are great companies, big companies, and this helps you building the trust fast. Okay, so instead of work suite, I would put here trusted by Haku and all the other guys that you are working with, the logos. Okay. And of course, this section is very, very important, work suite, because you want to tell people that you can integrate with different platforms, different CRMs, different systems. But you can mention this in another section. Now we can check a little bit the messaging. So, for example, here we have close profitable deals faster with vloxq. This is great. Actually, this is great. If you go below and read, you have vloxq CPQ ensures your salespeople and ensures that you effortlessly and seamlessly create accurate, profitable quotes. Feel safe that your quotes have the right information and spend your time on your customers. So the title is very good. Close profitable deals faster with vloxq. Nice and clean. The description is a bit hard to read. So you have vloxq CPQ ensures your salespeople and ensures that you effortlessly and seamlessly create. So here you can rephrase with something like, I don't know, something simpler, something that is easier. Maybe
to simplify it.
To simplify it, yes, exactly. So you can
maybe
say
that
something.
Could be a great tagline to have in the header: close profitable deals faster with vloxq, or something.
This is one that you should consider. I would say that this is one that you should consider, because it explains pretty good what you're doing. It's something that you may consider.
I agree with the text afterwards. It's like, oh, are they trying to say here?
So
words.
the idea is to simplify, to make it simpler, to make it compelling, something like, I don't know, vloxq guarantees easy and flawless generation of profitable quotes, of precise quotes. Feel safe,
That
your
sounds
quotes
great.
will always be accurate, giving your sales team the time to focus more on your customers. So basically, what is their outcome? You want your sales team not to spend 60% of their time dealing with, I don't know, nonsense. You want your sales team to spend their time building relationship with your customers. So this is actually what vloxq allows you to do. No?
Understand. Yes.
No, okay. So if we move on, we have, so we have this CPQ connected with your CRM. You're talking about you're talking about integrations, which is good. Okay, this is something that you want to keep. And also you have this section, which is also good. When should you use vloxq and why? So basically here you're talking about benefits. Again, here you may want to use this text and make it a little bit, I don't know, simpler, compelling. You have accurate that you have one accurate here, you have another accurate here. So these are small changes that you can do to improve the text to be more compelling, to be easier to read. So basically easier to read. So what you can say instead of this, you can say, I don't know, something like vloxq CPQ saves you time and keeps everything accurate always, or something like this. You can simplify this.
I will listen to this podcast afterwards and just edit the words, the things that you're saying, because I really like it. It's beautiful.
I'm very happy. If you find this useful, I'm very happy. Okay, so we have social proof. Then we have this call to action. I will come back to this call to action because you have it above and below. So you have what our clients say, which is brilliant. This is I love this. You have the CEO of Hako, you have the CEO of P Accounting. This is great. You want to spread the word about this. And you may move the logos. You may move the logos, the client logos here in this area, and you can keep the testimonials here because this is very good. You have the testimonials here, okay, and then you come with the final call to action. So the final call to action says start using the CPQ platform, or start using the CPQ platform of the future. This is super important. This is the final call to action on the home page. But think about one thing. Do you think your clients care about your long-term vision?
No.
I mean,
not enough.
Not enough. Of course,
a true
they
inside
care.
and out perspective here.
Yeah. They don't care about the future platform, the platform of the future. So basically what they care is to understand how you can help them solve their problems now. So this call to action, you can rephrasing this call to action with something in the present, using something in the present. So start using vloxq CPQ and quote faster today, or I don't know, something that you can do today, not in the future.
For them. Of course,
exactly.
They don't care about the CPQ and the future and the platform and so on.
Yes,
this is really funny.
Because we always need to remember that confused minds don't buy. A confused mind won't buy. So what we want is to be super clear, super specific with everything. So at a glance, this is it. I want to keep it short and straight to the point. Now I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this. What do you think?
No, first of all, I'm very grateful that you obviously I can really tell that you're taking your time, you've done the analysis, and you have read it through. So thank you so much for that. It means the world for us. Any help we can have during our journey is very important for us. So big thanks. I also agree a lot with you saying, and it's so interesting when someone from the outside comes and look at your webpage, even though I would feel that the webpage is, you're never satisfied. I never heard anyone being satisfied with their webpage. So there's always an improvement you want to do, and I don't know, lack of resources or whatever. So there's also always like a backlog of your SaaS solution, and it's a backlog of your web page. Nevertheless, it's so interesting to hear. I just feel small changes would do it so much better. You're not suggesting that we should rewrite it from start, because obvious that is a quite heavy work. You are focusing on the small details that actually would make sense to change it. And yeah, I would say in general, I agree with everything you say. And I don't say that to be nice, because I'm not a nice person. I'm an honest person. So there you have it. The honest truth.
Please be honest. Thank you so much. And I'm super happy that if you think that this is helpful, I'm super happy. I wouldn't say that you need to rewrite everything from scratch. For sure, there are some things that may be improved. But it's an ongoing process, The website is like I don't know, a living organism. It's alive. The website is alive. You need to make constant changes there. You need to make constant improvements, and you're doing this step by step. So it's something that it can be done step by step along the way.
Yeah. I totally agree. So I've already have a few things I want to do directly, and then I have another things that I need my web agency to do. So probably a few changes in the near future, and more of them to become later on.
That's great. If you have other questions, or if is there anything else you would like to add before we end, I'm more than happy to answer.
Not really. I'm very happy. I'm so grateful that I was invited to this podcast. I think it's a great initiative from you and from TechOn and Alexander and his team. So yeah, thank you for helping out, guys. This is really valuable.
Thank you so much. We are super happy that you like it and you find it valuable.
Definitely.
So please spread the word about us. We are here to help. We really take our mission seriously. We genuinely want to help with this series of podcast interviews. And if this is something useful for you, we are super happy.
Absolutely. And if you want me to, recommend anyone to be in the show, just let me know and I will connect you to that person.
Please do. That would be great.
Then I will do
Thank you so much for this conversation. I really appreciate you being on the podcast today, and I really wish you the best of luck with vloxq. I think you guys are doing an amazing work. It's not easy, and I think that the best is yet to come for you and vloxq.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for that, and thank you so much again.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.